So, Mikey, when I first talked to you, I know you had pandemic-related issues. What are some things that you kind of struggled with during the pandemic that has affected your mental health?
Yeah, so when the pandemic started in March of 2020, the next, jobs started going away, because of the pandemic, and then all of a sudden we got the call. I worked at the golf course here in Manteca. We got the call in April, which is like a month after, about 2-3 weeks after. Um, so we got a call 2-3 weeks after saying we had to shut down the golf courses and stuff because it's still, in the air, how bad it's getting and stuff. So they shut us down. I was kind of that month from April to May. I was going through a lot because I didn't have a job. You wake up, every week you have something to look forward to. Dude, I was waking up and I was like, man, what am I supposed to do today? I go, do a workout outside in the backyard, but after that, I wouldn't know what to do. You can't really go out to places and stuff like go out and eat because places are shut down. It's just go pick up food and just go back home. And it was sad because I just sit there in my bed and I'd be thinking, like, man, is the world coming to an end? You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's not. Everyone we're working, we're going through it and stuff. It's a tough time, but it's just like, man, what can we do? And it was a tough time for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was a tough time, but I got through it. I started getting close to God, and just kind of just kept myself busy. Once the things I was doing to keep myself busy, it kind of just took off the depression and anxiety, and I was going through it for that month, but it didn't last too long, which was awesome. It was nice, and I got through it. Thank God, I got through it, and I'm happy.
Okay.
Anything else?
And when did you have your first? We recall a while ago we were talking about it before we kind of set the interview up. When did you have your first anxiety attack? When was the first one?
First one before the pandemic or after the pandemic?
I would say during pandemic.
During the pandemic. I'm gonna say that one right after I lost my job. I lost my job, I lost school, and I lost baseball.
Lost baseball as well.
It's funny because the week before we got off and couldn't go back to school, we were playing baseball. We were actually during a baseball game. Coach started saying, "Oh yeah, this might be our last game." And I had no idea what they're talking about. Like, what do you mean our last game? You know what I mean? So, "Oh yeah, the COVID, this and that." And I never heard what COVID was until they told us that night. I was like, man, okay, all right, this is probably gonna be nothing. It's gonna be a few weeks out. A few weeks later, we didn't come back. We had to return our jerseys and stuff. And I was so bummed out because that was my junior year in baseball. And I was like, man, what if I don't play next year for my senior year? Because the junior year is the most important year. You go ahead and coach start recruiting you and stuff. That's the most important year. And unfortunately, it happened on my junior year. Senior year came around. It was fun, but even during that time, it wasn't like junior year. Junior year, that's what brought me down a little more because recruiting. There was no recruiting during that time. And obviously, I was class of 2021. There was nothing. That's one of my first depression attack right there, or an anxiety attack. That was the first time I had it. Yeah, I was scared.
So, Mikey, what are some ways that you kind of cope with these problems? Or, because I know till this day, a lot of us are still struggling with it. What did you kind of do to cope with these problems that you've had?
Yeah, so the way I did it to kind of get away from the depression and anxieties attacks I was having a few months after COVID happened. So you go from March, towards the end of the summertime, which was like August. The gym started opening up, but it wasn't the inside; it was the outside, which was nice because they want to keep it safer for people and keep COVID out from the gyms and stuff. So, kind of started working out and stuff, and it kind of kept me going, keeping me happy again, kind of getting towards the real me, which was nice. But it was the outside, which was nice because they want to keep it safer for people and keep COVID out from the gyms and stuff. So, kind of started working out and stuff, and it kind of kept me going, keeping me happy again, kind of getting towards the real me, which was nice. But what really got me through it all was getting my first Corvette at the age of 17 in August of 2020. That was a big accomplishment for me, especially.
And so, Mikey, what is your motivation for people who are still struggling with, COVID-related issues such as mental health and depression, anxiety, or PTSD?
Yeah. The main motivation I tell people if you're going through a lot, hard time, whether you lost somebody or, you're not looking forward to anything when you wake up every day, I say the main thing you do is find a hobby for yourself. My main hobby, just this last year, I started playing golf. Oh my gosh, I never played golf once in my life when I worked at the golf course. But then I started playing it, like, man, this is so much fun. And so I wake up, on my off days, man, okay, I'm ready to go play golf now. I'm ready to go play golf. And something to look forward to kept me happy. So what I tell people all the time is always, find a hobby for yourself, because you always have something to look forward to, especially, if you're going through school, you're working hard, going through school, you're working at work, on your off days, don't just sit at the house and just sit there and watch TV, Netflix. Go ahead and do that, but I say at least find one hobby. Every person is supposed to have one hobby for themselves. They have to. Just keep themselves, motivated and waking up and doing things different, you know what I mean? Because everyone's different, whether it's going to work out, play golf, play basketball, wherever, go ahead and take especially cars. Drive your car around. If you love your car so much, you like to go on long drives. Most definitely, long drives will get you away from all the depression and anxiety. It definitely got me through it too, during the tough times. But most definitely, always find a hobby. Find a hobby for yourself.